Hey guys, it's Hannah and I'm here today with my December wrap-up and my January TBR. So, I decided, I usually have been doing these videos, two different videos, because usually I have a lot to say, but a lot of my reads in December were very popular reads, so there's not a lot to summarize because a lot of people know basically what they're about. So, let's just get on into the video. So, the first one I want to talk about that I read in the month of December, I was listening to an audiobook with Trevor, and that is The Half-Blood Prince. And this is my favorite Harry Potter book. It's 5 out of 5 stars. It's fantastic. I love all of the elements. I love the Slughorn elements. I love the Ron and Hermione aspects of it. I love like the angsty Harry. I like his relationship with Ginny, I like his relationship with his book, and I love like the Snape elements, and I love everything about this, and in my opinion, this is really where it kicks things off for the finale, and I really, really love this book. So, 5 out of 5 stars, it will always be my favorite book, it'll always be 5 out of 5 stars. Next up, in the month of December, I finally got to more of the Mortal Instruments series. So, I listened to City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I rated this one a 4 out of 5 stars. City of Fallen Angels was my next book, and I rated this a 3 out of 5 stars. And the reason why I docked this one was because I really like Simon's character. Simon's actions in this book did not feel genuine to me, and I didn't love it, and I didn't care for that part of it, and so that like gave me an overall bad taste of it. Not to mention, I really didn't like the audiobook with this book, so that also docked it, but 3 out of 5 stars for this one. And the last one that I read in this series was City of Lost Souls, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. Now, Cassandra Clare does her characters really, really well. She does the world really, really well. They are very well written books. However, the reason why I didn't give 5 out of 5 stars to these books is they just didn't feel like 5 out of 5 star books for me. There was nothing particularly wrong with the series or anything like that, and I still have one more to go. But it just wasn't super crazy, hyped up 5 out of 5 stars for me. So, that being said, I still really enjoyed this one. The whole series, I'm enjoying. They're just not all-time favorite reads. This one was really interesting the way that they went with it, and I wasn't expecting that to go this way, which was nice. That's why it got bumped back up to a 4 out of 5 stars. However, Cassandra Clare, she does things to my feelings that I can't deal with, and the whole thing with Sebastian and just why? Why is that necessary in books? And I hate that trope. I don't like that aspect, and I think I would enjoy the books way more if there wasn't that forbidden love aspect in these books. I get why there is, because people, like, it does things to you, and it outrages the fans, and it keeps, yeah. I get it. It's controversy. It builds on the book. I get that, but I just really don't like it, and it makes me uncomfortable reading it, and so that's also why it's not a 5 out of 5 stars for me. If it was gone from that, I think I would like the series a lot more. And my last book that I read for the month of December, I didn't have a very good reading month. I was kind of slacking because most of, well, 4 out of 5 books was audiobooks. So the one book that I actually read this month for December was, yep, that's fine. The Glass Spare by Lauren DeStefano, and this was actually our book club pick of the month, and for our Muggle Studies book club, and I rated this a 3 out of 5 stars. Now, if you guys were with us on our live show, you'll know that I think out of like the 4 of us that really participate in the live show, like we have drop-ins and things that are, I love them so much for dropping in, but I think I liked this the least, and I kind of brought everybody down. And I didn't dislike it. It's a good book. It just, I had issues with the development of the characters in this. So this book is about a girl named Will, or Wilhelmina, but she goes by Will, and she is the spare So they have the oldest child who is the heir to the kingdom, and the rest of them are the spares. In this book, she finds out that she has kind of this magical power that when her heart rate accelerates, that she can turn people into these gemstones. So emeralds and diamonds, and that's really cool because think of how much money that could bring you, but also it's really freaking dangerous. Also, because she is a spare in the kingdom, the kings keep their children kind of under wraps, so no one really, there's like this mystery about them. So because no one knows what she really looks like and things like that, she can be the spy for the king, and she gets put into a lot of dangerous situations. And now with this magical power that she has, turns people into stones, it makes things very interesting, to say the least. There's a little bit of steampunk aspects in this book, not very much of it though, and there are some characters lacking development in this book. That's why I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. But it was very enjoyable, and the ending was kind of interesting as well. And this is actually going to be a series, and I think I might pick up the second one. I'm not completely sold, but the very end of it makes me intrigued to pick up the second one, but I don't know if this is a story that's really going to stick with me. So it depends on how much hype there is on the second one to pick it up, because that would probably determine if I was going to pick up the second one too. So that is all for my December wrap-up. I didn't read that much, but let's get it on to January, which is hopefully going to be the exact opposite. So for the first audiobook that we are picking up, that we are already started listening to, that we started at the end of January, which is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I took the dust jacket off because we've been reading out loud to each other, and we've been listening to the audiobook because we really like that. So we are in the middle of reading this one, and this is a pretty big chunker of a book, so this one will take up quite a bit of time to get through. The next book that I'm reading, that I was actually in the middle of reading in December but I didn't get to finish, and I actually have my dust jacket off and I've got my book sleeve on it, which is Hunting Prince Dracula. Let me see if I had the book jacket around here. So here is the book jacket. It's Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerri Maniscalco. It's the second book in the series to this lovely book here, which is Stalking Jack the Ripper. If you guys watched my vlog footage of me reading this book, you know how much I'm enjoying this book right now. And I would be very surprised if it wasn't a 5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend Kerri Maniscalco's work. Her writing is beautiful. The way she works in social issues is amazing, and they're very fitting with the plot line. It's not like she's pushing agendas, and it's just so well done, and I highly, highly recommend checking out her works because they're great. So, Hunting Prince Dracula is the second one in the series, so I don't want to spoil too much, but Stalking Jack the Ripper is a fantastic book as well. I think I rated that one a 4 out of 5 stars, and that one is about a girl who is an apprentice with her uncle back in the 1800s, and she works like basically in a mortuary, and she cuts open dead bodies and figures out what happened to them. And it's very unacceptable in the 1800s for a woman to be dealing with that delicate of things, and it's so fantastic. I highly recommend checking out the series if you haven't. Next up, if you guys are new to my channel, I love graphic novels. You guys, I don't think it's in frame, but there's like a few books right here. This is Trevor's shelf on this side. But everything from here all the way over is all graphic novels. I'll do a little pan here and show you how much I love graphic novels. That we've got quite the collection. Sorry, we're gonna get real close here. But yeah, the whole thing is graphic novels. So, my favorite graphic novel series finally came out with volume 8, and if you guys are all versed in what is coming out, y'all know, or if you know my favorite graphic novel series, and that is Saga, and I'm so excited, and I cannot believe that I haven't read this yet. I literally, once I'm done editing this video and putting it up, this will be read right away because I am so excited. The series is so freaking good. If you guys don't know what it's about an alien race, basically Romeo and Juliet, and there's alien races, and these two alien races want to keep these people apart, but they have fallen in love and they have a child, and it's told from the child's point of view, and there's so many different elements. It's so good. Just go check it out because it's fan-freaking-tastic. However, there is adult content pretty regularly and it's pretty graphic, so keep that filter on when deciding to pick it up. Next up, a book that I am like dying to pick up, because if you guys have watched Tell Her Story, it's Trisha from Tell Her Story. If you have checked out her channel, she has a very contagious excitement about books, and I adore her, and she's fantastic. I highly recommend going and checking her out. And I actually know her in real life, which is really awesome, so she's been hyping me up. Like, I was already excited about it, and then we both realized that we were both excited about it, and then we just are hyping each other up even more. So now that it's finally out, like, it's still going, and we actually decided to pick up this book for our Muggle Studies book club. If you guys are going to read this book, I highly recommend checking out our live show. It's been so much fun, and I would love to have more people to come talk books about. Our live show is going to be on January 27th, and it's usually at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Midwestern time. I used to live there. Why do I know Central time? Good Lord, that took me too long to figure out what the time zone was. Anyways, the book is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and this is a fantastic Barnes & Noble exclusive edition that's black, and it's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, I like the white cover too, but the black cover is like, yes. And look how pretty. Oh, you can't even tell. Oh, how anticlimactic. Hopefully you'll be able to tell. My lights are too bright on a white book. But look how pretty that is. Oh, it's stunning. And there's a really cool map in here that Trisha has already gushed to me about, and Gabby Snapchatted me today and was like, oh my god, there's a map in here. And I'm really excited about the map too. That's like typical thing, like book nerds geek out about is maps and books, because it's so helpful and they're so beautiful, and it's fantastic. Anyways, The Cruel Prince is about a girl who is swept away after her mother is killed and is brought into the Fae kingdom, and she grows up around Fae. However, the Fae don't really particularly like humans, but she falls in love with the Fae world and she wants desperately to be a part of it, so she has to betray the prince, it sounds like, and trick him in some way, and then she has to deal with the ramifications from said actions, and all of it sounds so good, and so like there sounds like there's gonna be political aspects in it, there sounds like there's gonna be romance in it, there's gonna be obviously like really awesome kind of scary fae, it sounds like. And Holly Black is just a fantastic writer from what I've read from her. I've only read one book, but I really enjoyed that book. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yes. Let us know let me know down below if you are planning on reading this one this month, and let us know if you want to join our Muggle Studies Goodreads page. I'll leave that link down below, and our live show, because I would love to have more people join us. Next up is 2 audiobooks. So if you guys have noticed, I've added a third shelf on this side, and besides this bottom row right here, everything up is my TBR going in 2017, which is just a scary, scary thought. So I'm trying to dwindle this down as much as possible, so I'm picking up some of the books on audiobook because I can listen to it on the commute and get ready and in the shower and everything like that. So I put in a request at my local library for audiobooks because my local library has audiobooks, which is fantastic, because audiobooks are not cheap. So I've decided to pick up a few of them that I didn't really care if I read or if I listened to, so I decided to pick up on a whim The Rest of Us Live Here by Patrick Ness. This is actually the first book that I have ever read or will read by Patrick Ness, and I know that's kind of odd because Patrick Ness is such a large name, but nothing has like super drawn to me. But this one sounds really cool, and I'm in the middle of listening to it, and it's actually not disappointing. So this one is all about, I think this one actually glows in the dark too. Yeah, you can kind of see it, which with me being like halfway through the book right now, it like is a really cool aspect because it ties in really well with the book, and it's really pretty underneath too, and it's actually autographed, which is really awesome because who doesn't like autographed books? So I'm picking this one up on audiobook. This one is about a band of characters in this one who are not really the chosen one. It talks about referring to these kids as the indie kids, and these kids are the kids that everything happens to, and they've got these fantastic adventures, and they also are the ones to die, which is kind of a downside for them. But the characters in this book are not the chosen one, and they talk about how they're the side characters, and they kind of poke fun at YA tropes a little bit, and it's definitely character driven. I haven't finished it yet, but it's definitely character driven. It's not really plot driven. However, there is still like interesting plot points. It's just not like there's not a hero type of thing in this. So it's a very interesting concept, and I've never read anything like it, but I'm listening to this on audiobook right now, and I will let you guys know what I think about it at the end of the month. And the next audiobook that I put into my library that showed up is The House of Hades by Rick Riordan. I started this series last year, and I definitely want to finish it because I only have 2 left. So this is definitely on my radar to finish this year. And this is kind of a chunky book though, so I'm not sure how many hours it is. Let's see. Or how many pages either. So this has 583 pages in it that's not like extra bonus content, which there's a lot of extra bonus content in this puppy. But that's still quite a chunky book, so I don't know how many other audiobooks I'm going to get to during this month, but I'm going to hopefully get this one done. And that is all for my October. Where the heck did October come from? My January TBR and my December wrap up. So that is going to be all of everything that I plan. If you guys want to know more about like audiobooks that I pick up, because I tend not to know that I'm going to pick them up until they come into, like my holds come through, or like I just have run out, so I look for new ones. Go watch my vlogs because that tends to be my most up-to-date reading progress, and they're really fun to make. So that is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!